Mr. Onyeka Akumah is the CEO and co-founder of Farmcrowdy, and he has had vast experience in managing startups before setting up Farmcrowdy.
My name is Onyeka Akumah. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Farmcrowdy. This is a team of people in Farmcrowdy that currently builds the platform. I'm actually lucky to have 24 of them that are fixed on empowering small-scale farmers across the different sectors we work in. Every one of them cuts across operations, focused on working with the farmers, finance, working with, speaking about the accounting team, marketing, technology, building our back end. And yeah, I'm excited about each one of them that is involved in the project today. Farmcrowdy is a digital agriculture platform that connects people we call sponsors, investors pretty much, with small-scale farmers in order to boost food production across the country. We identified with the fact that there are over 38 million small-scale farmers that are mostly on banking, but I find it difficult securing loans that they need to expand on their farms. Even when they get the loans to expand on their farms and eventually do the work on the extra land that they possess, many of them do not know the right markets to sell their farm produce in order to earn a decent margin from farming as a business. So we set up Farmcrowdy to connect these individuals with sponsors who are excited about impacting on the lives of the farmers while making a return at harvest when a full cycle is completed. We launched November 2016, and yeah, we're excited at where we are today in the business.
Farmcrowdy is an agri-tech platform that gives Nigerians the opportunity to venture in and sponsor agriculture by selecting the kinds of farms they want to sponsor. Farmcrowdy uses the sponsors fund to secure farmers complete the full farming cycle and assist in the sale of their harvest.
To them, we are their financial house, if you quote and unquote, that helps them provide the sponsorship or the monies they need to expand on the extra land that they would have worked on. We're also like mentors and guide to them, because we don't just give them the resources they need, we guide them through the process of what they need to do to improve on the quality of output that comes from the farms that they work on. We teach them, we put them through several classes, we guide them right on the field as well on what exactly they need to do on the farm. Also, we provide them with a market to sell their farm produce, connecting them with the right processors or off-takers, like we'd like to call them, who will buy their harvest and make available profit for the farmer to finally get a decent living from farming as a business. This is how farmers perceive Farmcrowdy today. We've had lots of testimonials from them. They call us, some of them call us their saviors, some call us many names they call us. But the delight is that they've now found the opportunity to connect with individuals through a shared economy that are able to invest or sponsor their work and then grow their capacity in order to earn more from what they do. To the sponsors, on the other hand, there are two classes of them. Some are sponsors who sign up on the platform, sponsor a farm and are expecting a return after harvest. The other side are people we call farm followers, who may not necessarily sponsor a farm, but want to learn about the entire farming cycle, especially with the enthusiasm that a lot of people are paying attention to the agriculture space in the country with. And what we've done with these individuals is expose them to the learnings that they get from real-life scenarios of working with the farmers we work with through videos, pictures, and text that we consistently send to them, provide them with the opportunity to visit farms, especially in the case of our farm sponsors, to meet with the farmers that they are actually changing their lives with the sponsorship they put through our platform on, and then also make an informed decision about what area of the agricultural chain that they will want to invest in or get involved in.
Stakeholders in the agriculture sector support the idea, especially farmers, as they increase in output and income.
We've worked with close to 2,000 small-scale farmers across 5 different farm types: poultry, rice, maize, cassava, and soya beans. This work has seen us touch 8 states in Nigeria at the moment, and the way the farmers have received us, I mean, speaking to the numbers, we've had almost every farmer recommend another farmer to work with us next season, the season which we are in now. This speaks to how much value they get from us as a business. We've had testimonials of farmers that originally would have worked with 2,000 chickens in their pen, but in that pen they have the capacity to work with 5,000 to 6,000 chickens. With Farmcrowdy now coming into the picture, we're able to now provide the sponsorship for them to be able to increase their capacity from 2,000 to 6,000, and beyond the sponsorship, the training, the expertise that they need to manage on a bigger scale, and finally the market for them to sell their farm produce at harvest. All of these are the pain points for the 2,000 farmers that we've worked with today, and this presents the opportunity for us to scale this across the country to other farmers that we hope to work with. Our goal is to see us double that number this year, work with between a range of 4,000 to 5,000 farmers by the time we're done with 2018, impacting in more states, doubling the figures where possible, and getting into new states to work with even more farmers, in addition to the numbers that we already have today. So the reception has been good from the farmers, and we're happy about how much growth we've had with them. We grow their income by an average of 80%, because every time we work with a farmer, in addition to his original capacity, we give them the capacity to do sometimes 2 times, 3 times the original size of farm that they originally had.
Both Farmcrowdy and sponsors get commission and return respectively for providing the enabling environment for farmers.
This is the location of my farm here in Duro. Before I was farming a very small portion of the land, but now I have 1 hectare. So I'm very happy for that. And even this program, it brings joy even in our family, in our community. In fact, it even helped me to even take care of some of my brother's children. So I'm so happy, and I want to thank them so much.
The Fulani herdsmen and the risks they possess, they present to Farmcrowdy and our farms, it's not the only risk we handle. I'll speak to it, but I just quickly want to point out that we have gone ahead to get insurance to protect the farms that we've invested in or we've sponsored, to make sure that if any of the things that are covered across insurance include disease on the farm, it includes pest or flood, whatever it is, some level of protection is given to the sponsorship that comes from our sponsors to make sure that our farms are protected. Now, speaking to the Fulani herdsmen, one way we tackled this issue in Plateau State, where we have a farm that's within proximity of where they can actually create a menace in, is that we integrated them into the process. When we were doing our due diligence across the farm, in meeting with the chiefs and the elders of the people that oversee the farmlands that these farmers we brought into Farmcrowdy were going to work on our behalf, one of the things we did was we invited the leaders of the Fulani herdsmen, and not just inviting them to tell them that this is what we want to do and get some level of security from them, but also we integrated them by making them provide farmers from their own clans to be part of the project. That level of ownership that the Fulani herdsmen within the farms that we currently work in across the states that are within their reach has given us some level of security, not total security on the sponsorship that goes into the farm, but because of that level of ownership they have in the farms that we're working on, they won't want to bite their own finger that feeds them. And this has helped us reduce the menace we get from them in those places. There are a lot of conversations going on around creating colonies for them. We're advocating for that. Security for harvest zones, we're advocating for that. But until some of those moves are done, not just by Farmcrowdy, but by the government to protect its citizens and their properties and their investments in these areas. We will continue to do our own bit, and this is one way we go around it.
Onyeka explains the role of technology in increasing productivity of the agricultural sector. He also explains how technology drives Farmcrowdy model.
I'm an advocate of technology in any sector, and it was about time that we started seeing a lot of technology solutions disrupting the agriculture space. Technology is a tool that just helps you make things a lot more efficient and faster and simpler and easier to access. And the first ways we saw technology deployed in agriculture was in the information side with digital media, where people use technology to do a lot of reporting about what happens on the farm. Then that moved into research. We had a lot of, there are a couple of startups now that focus on using satellite technology to give you topology of the farms, to give you reports on the status of your crops, to even before you start, to tell you what you need to know about the land you're about to plant and to tell you whether you should expect the desired harvest that you're aiming for. We've had technology deployed into drone facilities that are now used to survey farm areas, and beyond surveying farm areas, to also give feedback to farm managers, where a farm manager may be covering a 10,000 hectare farmland, and instead of walking across the entire farm to see the status of his crops, with drone technologies now, you can have a camera move as close as possible to the plant, 10,000 hectares away from where the farm manager is, and he's able to get feedback based on what he sees on how to make an informed decision on what to do on the farm. We also see drone facilities used to spray herbicides across farms. Today in Nigeria, we've started having a lot of that come into place, spraying herbicides, spraying the chemicals that are needed for the farms. We've had technology used to provide rain when there's no rain. Irrigation facilities are currently being deployed across several farms. There's an improvement and there's a reduction in the cost of deploying irrigation facilities. So this helps to provide, helps to boost food production, because now you can plant in season and out of season. We've seen technology help us in this regard. Beyond this, we've seen technology also help us in replacing some farm managers and becoming efficient in doing that. I mean, recently I saw, I was in a farm in somewhere in Florida, and there was an IBM server that was deployed in this farm that could give feedback on the status of a 10,000 hectare farmland without a human being in that farm. Now, because it's a server, it was powered by sunlight, so it gets its energy from the sunlight, and it's able to give you accurate data across the farm on what you need to know. And that is some way technology has been applied into farms to give people better ways of managing their farmlands, more efficient, and maybe in the future cheaper ways of actually doing this.
Onyeka shares his top challenges of operating in the agricultural sector and how government can adopt all-party involvement approach towards addressing them.
The first thing will be educating our farmers on smart farming techniques. That is maybe one of the top challenges that we see today in the sector. Many of them produce food, but many of them do not produce the quality and the quantity that is required for them to really earn a decent living. And so you see them get frustrated in the process and want to back out of farming as a business. That is one of the challenges we see today, and that is why we have devoted ourselves to not just provide the capital they need, but also provide the training, smart farming techniques that they need.
He rounded up by stating the goal of Farmcrowdy and advice for the youth.
In the next 5 years, Farmcrowdy will take its leap from what we've done in the last 1 year. We've worked with 2,000 small-scale farmers in our first year. We want to work with 4,000 small-scale farmers this year. Next year, we want to work with 10,000 small-scale farmers. The goal is in 5 years to see if we can have an impact on the lives of 50,000 small-scale farmers, not just in Nigeria, but in as many other countries in Africa, that we can replicate this community model of the people of a country sponsoring their own farmers to grow their own food and provide enough for them to eat. We will replicate the model in Ghana, we'll replicate the model in Kenya. We want to do this across many countries, but the starting point is Nigeria today. Working across 8 states in the country, we want to see what we'll do with 20 states next year, in 2018. We want to see what we'll do with the entire states in the country, maybe next year, and then start trying out other regions in the country, in Africa. So, speaking about our goals, as much as we try to be modest about them, there's a bit of ambition to touch the lives of 50,000 small-scale farmers, grow their income by an average of 80%. We also want to be maybe one of the largest producers of food commodity across the region, doing the little we can do with technology and its application, hire the best hands across the region that will continue to help us improve the education of the Nigerian farmer or the African farmer, as the case would be in 5 years' time, and then continue to grow our platform and possibly make this maybe one of the best exports from Africa to other parts of the world to help them improve food security. This is what we want to do in the next 5 years, and hopefully with the team behind us, we'll reach our goal.
Always stay connected and get free and personalized stories delivered directly to you. Download the new Pulse Buzz app for free now.